Dabney talking with Night Moves. So glad you guys had the time to stop in.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us.
I don't know if I've ever said this officially, but I really want to apologize for all the times that I said that I made Bob Seger remarks about you guys. Like when you first came up, I was like, I wonder if they're a Bob Seger cover band. And, obviously I found out you weren't. But over the years, I may have tied your name to Bob Seger a time or two. So I just wanted to take a minute to apologize.
No, it's okay.
All right.
It doesn't bug us.
It was a long time coming.
It comes in waves,
We get it quite often.
Oh, I'm sure.
It doesn't faze me anymore.
But
it's worn off.
You've ridden with it, yeah. Yeah. So now I'm trying to remember when you got together. 2011?
That's when the first record came out, yeah. But I think we were writing when it was like 2009, 2010.
Really?
Is when the whole idea of, I want to make this band Night Moves with like this kind of, I don't know, sound and these kinds of rhythms and chord progressions, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then it took a few years to figure out, but 2011 is like when we, I guess became a thing in the public eye. Well, when you have like a record that people can refer to and
right. And you're
people
playing
can
shows.
play it on your radio station, you know, stuff like that.
And you're playing the main room.
Yeah, well, not in 2011.
That was 2012.
Yeah, you work up to that.
Yeah, it took you a little bit to get to the main room, like a whole year after your release. So Penny Days, that came out earlier this spring. Mm-hmm. Did you record it here in town?
We recorded at this studio called Winterland, and I think that's in New Hope.
Oh.
So it's right outside. I did a lot of the work too, actually, and we went to a number of studios.
Okay.
There's one in Foxtone Music, which is downtown, but nobody knows about it. It's the guy's like secret studio. We did like some vocal sessions there. We did a little bit in the Winterland place, and then we did some in New York. So we're kind of all over. And then I also recorded stuff in my living room.
Oh, wow.
And basement. So.
All over the Twin Cities.
Yeah, we took it all over.
Tell me a little about the record, how it's different from the others.
Oh, man, how is it different? It's really different.
It seems more focused.
It does. Seems like I'm a little older.
Well, that's obvious, right?
Yeah. I can tell. There's a lot. It's a really like vocal record. I guess like vocal heavy. Like the vocals are really up front. I noticed that was a big change from the first one because I know they're totally washed out, kind of just drowning in reverb, space, stuff like that. So it's a little more, up front, I guess, with like the vocal and stuff.
Confident.
It's a little more like synth keyboard heavy because a lot of them were written on like piano keyboard songs, whereas the first one was a little more guitar based. I don't know. You can probably hear that if you do an A/B with both of them, but yeah, I don't know. With this one, it was like writing for like 2.5 years, 3 years or something.
Mm.
And whereas with the first one, we did it, we were kind of writing it and recording it at the same time. And even though it took like 3 years to make that first one, this one was like, okay, write for like 3 years and then go into the studio and then make it happen like in a month. Like you have this amount of time to do it. So that was kind of weird.
A different editing process involved with that?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, because you're on like a studio's like time frame and like a label's dime, it's not like with the first one, it was kind of like self-funded.
Right.
And we were making it up as we were going along. So that was easy to tweak, stuff. But I mean, it drove John Miller crazy.
I can imagine. A lot does.
With the
levels,
John
Miller.
Levels changing over years. But we made it happen. I don't know. And yeah, with this first one, it was like, the second one, I was demoing out the stuff really hard by myself. And so then I had to go in with like a producer, John Agnello, excuse me. And he made suggestions and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely different process, but I think it came out well. What do you think about it?
I like it.
Sometimes
I really like
I need to get really far away from it to understand what it is, and I think I'm still too close.
Well, it just came out like what, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago? Something
Yeah,
like that?
something. Yeah.
The end of April, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's still pretty
No,
new.
end of
March.
March.
Oh.
It's been
So
out
I
for
think it
like
was April.
2 months.
Okay. But still, that's new in record time,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And I really do think that the difference is night and day. You don't sound like the band I met in
okay.
2012.
That's good. Is that a good thing? We'll
Yes,
say
no,
it's
it is a
thing.
good thing. It is a good thing. I had a conversation.
I'll let you finish that thought. Sorry. Before
No, it like I said, it's
because I'm curious. I'm
you
curious
seem
what
it
is
seems more
like.
focused. I don't want to say
Yeah.
that the first album was sloppy, but this one seems more dedicated and intentional.
Okay.
And I'm digging it. And I've been like
Yeah.
all over Carl Sagan for a while, and I have to tell you the reaction that I had today when I was like, okay, this is the song I'm going to play. And I went to the guy who has to put songs into our system. And he came to me and he's like, there is no mention of Carl Sagan in this song.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Seeger thing with the name all over again, but now it's Carl Sagan.
But see, now I want to play it next to his, what is it, An Infinite Dawn. I think they would be fun to segue into each other.
No, yeah, that would be very cool.
Mashup.
Ooh.
Just throw it on top.
But then you have that, I don't know.
yeah.
I think it would take away from yours because that one sounds a lot more cheesy. Carl Sagan's Infinite Dawn. You've done so much touring lately.
Yeah, a little bit. We were out for like a month and a half in April and March. Now we're back.
You did some May stuff out on the West Coast, didn't you?
Yeah. Why did I say March?
I don't
the
know.
record came out in March.
The
March
record
was
came
South
out in
by.
March.
I'm confused.
March was South by,
Oh,
then the
yeah.
record came
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Then you
yeah.
did the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Then you did the West
Then
Coast.
we did the West.
So now you've got to do Central America or the central part of America.
Yeah, we need to go to Brazil. we need to go. We need to go like South America.
Well, European tour dates. Any of
Yeah.
those coming?
Hopefully, we're still working on getting that squared away. I don't know.
Festivals this summer?
I don't even know how that works. How do we get over there?
I think that you
We should just
have a
spin it
band
on
member who's in another band who has
96.3.
to go and piggyback with their other band. Make them take you.
Mm.
I mean, why is Jared Isabella in your band if he's not getting you like international tour dates?
That's true.
Yeah, I ask myself that often.
We need him to step it up. Jed, if you're listening. Jed.
This is your plan.
out.
This is what we've got for you. So I do want to talk to you a little bit about, I don't want to get too political, but you're playing Bureaucracy for us tomorrow. So I thought that it would be a good time to talk about why it's important to vote this year. If you guys wanted to weigh in on that at all.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you vote? I mean, if you have that right and it wasn't taken away from you,
Right?
and you're of 18 years or older, able-bodied American.
Not a felon.
Yeah, exactly. It's important because the election coming up is a big one, given the candidates running in the race. Things could turn out pretty badly if you don't show up and voice your opinion. So, yeah, I don't know.
No, that's fine.
It's good to get people informed. What's the point of living in this democracy if you can't exercise your rights?
I'm down.
So,
That's the whole idea behind Bureaucracy, though, is to try to to stay neutral and
Yeah.
educate people about the
Yeah.
candidates, or maybe beyond just the two candidates that they've heard of,
Yep.
sure. Yeah, no, that's good too.
And to bring beer into the mix, right?
and beer and conversation and free music. I mean, this is a free show. This is going to be like
Yeah, when
bursting
people
at
get
the
all
seams.
liquored up, they get really heated. So it could push
Talking
it
about-
in that not neutral state, which can be good. It'll be fun.
well, we'll let the people that come to the show be the ones to get liquored up
Yeah.
and
Isn't that where
be not neutral.
our nation was
Started.
born?
I
Isn't
think
that
it
what
was
the
a tea
Sam
party.
Adams commercials tells us? It's like this is where our forefathers
It all started with a beer.
figured out what was going to happen. Drinking in the pubs.
You guys have got dates
Uh,
beyond this planned already?
We're doing some local festival stuff. I think we're doing that Somerset Festival.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess local. I'm thinking you know, in
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
60 miles.
No. That's
Scotty?
it's regional. Yeah. What do you have planned next after? Not after you leave here. Not like, hey, we're gonna go get a burrito. But
We're gonna get some beer.
Some beer.
Mickey's trying not to drink today.
really, why is that?
We got a
He's got a new house, and we went over there and kind of broke it in.
little toe up last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it was fun.
where? What part of town?
It's like
It's like Phillips, right?
Oh,
yeah, 30 up 38, kind of by the new Stewart Co-op
dude.
friendship store.
Yeah, I live right by Lake Nokomis at
cool.
46th and Cedar. So yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, that's my that's my co-op. What are you passionate about right now?
Oh, writing songs, new songs. That's what I'm working on.
You just released an album
Yeah,
3
you
months
gotta
ago,
keep going,
and
though.
okay,
I mean, because okay, so here's the thing. That first one came out what, like 2011, 2012, I guess. Let's say. That's more like it, officially. And then what? This one just came out in 2016.
It's a long
like
time.
4 years.
so you don't want to do that again. You want
And
to
sure, there was-
streamline the process.
Yeah, and I just got to get the creative juices, you know, when they're flowing. 'Cause it's not good to let that stuff sit. I've let it stewed long enough. Because on the road, you know, we had so much time.
Are you just constantly
kinda-
writing?
Yeah, I mean, whenever it comes. Actually, no, I will say that when we finished the record and when it was officially done, and that was like a year ago, I didn't write anything for a really long time. I just needed all the stuff that I had just to stew in my brain, kind of. But now, I've got nothing to do.
Now
Got
you've
nothing
lived
but
with-
time.
You've lived with that record for a while, and it's time to move
Yeah.
forward.
I mean, Penny Days is still really new, and it's awesome that it's out, but I'd like to make the next one while the vision is fresh.
Totally.
Makes sense. I'm with you. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
You haven't told me what you're passionate about right now. I'm sorry. We're going to give you a microphone for a while.
I'm trying to.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I just got back
Camping?
from the Boundary Waters. That was really fun. We've been trying to plan a fishing trip.
How cold was it?
It wasn't too bad. It was in the 50s.
Okay.
We were there. That big storm hit,
Ooh.
so that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Lots of lightning.
Were you in a tent or were you in a
No,
cabin?
we had a little cabin. This
Okay.
time.
But still,
Yeah.
when you don't have, I mean, did you have electricity and was it?
We had basic.
Okay.
Yeah. No like heated water, no bathroom,
Did-
that kind of stuff.
Were you watching like the storm on
Yeah.
radar on your cell phone?
No,
No.
no service or anything. So
You just like heard it coming.
yeah, you could just see it. It's like, oh God, this is gonna be, and it starts dropping temperature. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
20 degrees.
Whoa.
It's kind of freaky, but it's
What
cool.
happened? How'd you deal with that?
I mean, we
were in a cabin.
yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
You didn't tell me about this. This sounds good.
This makes
know
good
if
radio.
I don't know if
Band
this
members
is good.
interview each other. I'm down with that. How was the fishing?
Truthfully, I didn't do much up there. We're trying to get a trip going, like a guys trip,
Yeah.
So, trying to make that happen. Me and John,
Yeah, we haven't really figured that out yet.
a couple other fellas.
Are you a fisher?
Yeah, I can fish.
Seems like a nice way to pass the time.
It is. It is. I just,
a great way we should do that.
Sit around talking.
I would imagine the fish up there are just huge, though.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
probably pretty elusive too, because it's like.
What is this thing dangling on a
they're
hook in
Yeah.
front of me?
Yeah.
What is a worm?
But who knows? Maybe if you're a good angler, you can hook them the right way.
Exactly.
How many eagles did you see on your way up?
We saw quite a few. A lot of loons.
Mm.
It's really nice going to sleep and just hearing the loons.
Speaking of eagles, remember when we were playing football at MLK Park? And Mickey was like, look up in the tree. And I looked right above me. And everyone always just says, oh yeah, right above me, but literally like right above, it was a bald eagle.
Like a
It was
giant
the most-
bald eagle.
Right over in MLK Park.
Yeah.
When was this?
This was a year ago. But it was in the summertime. So speaking of activities and things we gotta do, we
Yeah.
should toss the football, the old pigskin. I don't know.
Sounds nice.
I eagle sightings are pretty exciting. I went up
They
to oh my God, what is it up there? Lutzen. I went up to Lutzen and it snowed in May, like 3 inches, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I'm trying to come down the mountain and they don't treat the roads because they're like, well, We all have snow tires
Yeah.
all year long. What kind of idiot are you that you don't have snow tires in May? It's still winter in Lutz. And so I was going real slow coming down the mountain. And then when I got to the foot of the mountain, to the point where I could like let my foot up off of the brake now and try to press the gas, there are 2 eagles fighting over a deer carcass on the side of the road. I'm just like,
Whoa.
it's horrifying and majestic at the same time. Just like, oh, it
And
was
patriotic
amazing.
too.
Right?
Seeing
I
those
felt like
eagles
such an
instantly-
American right then.
instantly, Yeah.
Oh my God, it was gorgeous and scary and sad, but at the same time, it was just like, I can't even believe I got to see that. If it hadn't snowed, I would have,
Flown by.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in.